Hey everybody, it's Will from the Brothers of Discussion. We're here for another night, another fun night of Post to Post. And today we have Drummer John, me, Will, and my brother Grayson. Here we go! Wow, Will.
Grayson, did you smack him back to the second grade?
Yeah. You hear how crazy
Fucking
he was there? I told you, man. I was just like, yo, your turn.
I had
He's
a feeling that was going to happen. I really did. Just because I said no, I'm not doing it. I knew he was gonna be a fucking little bitch.
I will.
Oh,
Well,
we've got characters on the show now. We have little bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
I like Tuesday Night Titans.
Give me Titans low.
Oh man. A little dictator. Gorbajoid.
Come now.
Corba joins.
Gorbajoid.
I barely dictate anything.
So, outside of my my second grader intro, how's everyone doing tonight?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Intro notwithstanding. Pretty good.
Oh, intro was on point. I don't know what you That was probably the best one. Oh Lord above, it was the best one.
Deep cut.
Speaking of Oh Lord Above, big shout out to Wild West, who's on location this week. He is down in Tallahassee trying to figure out who the hell stole Chris Jericho's belt. More on that topic later. So good luck, Wes. We expect to hear from you at some point in the next week with an update on who stole Jericho's belt.
Yes.
He is our roving reporter.
He's our man on the street.
Boots on the ground. He was Phony
Guy in the
Con
sky?
when he was in Vegas.
Oh yeah, Pony Con. That's right. Yeah. I was there and I saw one dude while I was out there, and I was like, "Hey man, you going to Starcast?" He said, "No." I was like, "All right."
Perfect.
And that was what I did.
My
Write it off
work
as a
here
business expense.
Done. Did you?
Hello, taxes.
Oh man, how can we get into some of that sweet business expense write-off?
I don't
I
know.
think we actually have to start making some revenue, probably.
Probably. We probably need to like sell out, get like Omaha steaks, maybe some like Blue Chew or something.
Blue Chew, fucking get it.
Cheer wine.
Sponsorship from damn Squarespace, like everyone else.
Yeah. Maybe get like some merch.
I like the socks.
Do you like the socks?
I'm a fan of the socks.
I've actually,
I would go for the socks. The socks are my favorite of the bunch. They work well with our original low res logo, which is doing its job. I think socks are the better ones.
I've been tempted to go through and like just mess around with some stuff and get some stuff made, but have not gotten the time or motivation to go through and actually do it yet. So one day, maybe. I was telling Will about this, and this is just going to be a very short moment because I have to have one of these like every time. I am really tired of seeing Conrad post, "I don't think there's gonna be, hey, fuck your socks." It's like, "I don't think there's gonna be another Starcast." And then 5 days later, Starcast 4! Fuck it.
Yeah.
Here we
Full
go!
gear.
It's like, come on, dude. Like, if you're gonna say that, put some days between it to make people wonder if it's actually gonna do it. Because, like, I just don't even believe him. Like, I believed him the first time. He was like, there's
Yeah.
probably not gonna be a second, because it would have been, like, a hard...
He's like, it was a pain in the ass to do.
Yeah, it was like a large amount of work. I don't think there's gonna be a second one. And then, oh, here's the second one. Oh, here's the third one. Oh, here's the fourth one. Each one all led the same. I don't think there's gonna be another one. And then it's like, boop, here it is. I'm like,
As
dude,
long
just
as he's making money, he's gonna keep fucking doing it.
I know, but like, my issue is, A, don't make it seem like it's gonna be the last one. or make it seem like it's not gonna happen, and then do it like 5 days later. And two, like, this is the third one. It doesn't feel that special anymore, and they're gonna run out of ideas on guests and people to show up. It needs to be probably like biannual at best.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Comic-Con
Yeah.
for wrestling.
Mm-hmm. They definitely need to dial it back just a little bit.
Because literally, who's left? They went bottom of the barrel with fucking Steve Mungo McMichael.
Mungo.
They got Mongo to do something?
Yeah, he was there as like one of those small meet and greet type deals thing.
Weird. I guess, I mean, if you've got to, complete your 4 horsemen set, so...
Yeah. I mean, the only thing good about Mungo McMichael was the Chihuahua.
Oh, yeah. Happy?
Pepe. Yeah, Pepe. He was cool. So yeah, I still support StarCast. I think it's great, but tone it back and don't try and play people out. I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
I don't believe you anymore.
And stop charging so much for platinum passes, because I'm sure they still don't work as good as they used to.
Oh no, actually, from what I hear, they have fixed some of those issues. Like, you know how when we had it, we go in and all the seats are filled and we're platinum and we're in the standing space in the back, and you can just look up there and see generic little bitch passes up front. It's kind of trash. Now what they do is there's designated seats and they have people checking wristbands and guiding you. And if you're platinum, you get a seat. You will get your seat. They have fixed the platinum issue.
That's nice.
That
and
pretty good.
Fixing the platinum issue, didn't they? I believe they probably raised the price of platinum.
And from what I think I saw was platinums also get like a fast pass for meet and greets.
Yeah, that would have been fucking great.
Yeah, because those lines were atrocious.
Yeah, they were. I mean, I wouldn't have wished your Rey Mysterio line on anybody. Same with it.
Yeah, but it was worth it. I got to shake his hand and got a picture with him, and that was great.
The Kenny and Coda line was long as shit too.
Hell yeah, it was. So was the Young Bucks and Cody that first day.
Oh yeah, that one was long. But
and then Marty's was so long he had to come back after his boy band set.
Yeah, but he was so chill about everything. I was amazed because I had heard nothing about how big of a dick he kind of was.
Dude, he's the fucking man.
I know.
He was my favorite meet and greet of that whole weekend.
November.
I would say it probably would have been him, followed by the Gorillas.
Yeah. Mine was Marty and then the Gorillas, because like the Gorillas, they were just like, fuck yeah, I'll flip off the camera and say fuck Roman Reigns, hell yeah, and then King did the same damn thing. He was flipping people off too, and then he had his hand on your shoulder like you were his son.
I know, it was wonderful. It's like, am I an honorary Tongan now?
Definitely not. You don't have the skip tone, Will.
I know. let a man dream.
Oh man, it was good. But yeah, I wouldn't mind going to another StarCast, but I'd say it'd have to be one of the like big events, like one of the probably like the Chicago All Out yearly thing they'll probably do from now on. Like they'll probably big show.
I saw the after it ran over yet again announcement. It is going to be a yearly thing in Chicago now.
Nice.
It has officially been announced as their annual show, and what was funny is Saturday night when we were watching it, we were talking. My buddy and I was like, yeah, this is probably going to wind up being like their Mania. It's going to be every year this time, just because it's going to play to win All In, really change the world, basically.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen from then on out.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say, before we get going too hard into the AEW stuff, let's take care of the news of the world, and then we'll go hot and heavy into All Out, because it's going to be a long conversation.
Gotcha. All right, so where are we going? What are we going with? We can go.
He said World Wrestling Entertainment.
Oh, the WWE.
Dub.
Oh, dubs.
Oh, dub.
Let's see. So I just want to start with this thing.
What's that?
Bailey turned heel.
Yes, finally.
Bailey beat the shit out of another person with a steel chair.
Wow.
I did not expect it,
2
but I'm
nights in a
glad
row.
it happened.
She did it on Monday night against Becky Lynch,
She did
Tuesday
it on
night
Tuesday
against
against
Charlotte
Charlotte.
Flair.
And nothing
Yes,
makes me that more happy than seeing Charlotte Flair get hit with a steel chair.
Well, it looks like they're working up the 4 horsewomen angle. Ronda
Yeah,
Rousey's
they're going to
out.
have them feud, and then when they're done feuding, they're going to bring in Shayna and her buddies, and probably try and bring Rousey back for that, and then do their big feud, probably either Survivor Series or Mania or something like that.
That'd be a cool Survivor Series match. I could see that, the 4-on-4.
Yeah.
So, what's this current incarnation of the Horsewomen?
Oh, it's just the people, the 4 women's wrestlers of like the women's revolution. So it's Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, and Bailey. Like they're
Yeah.
like the 4 women wrestlers from NXT that kind of changed the landscape of
Yeah.
WWE women's wrestling. And then the other 4 women of wrestling are the 4 wrestlers or current wrestlers who came from the MMA world. So Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, Jessamyn Duke, and I forgot the other one's name.
Shafir is her last name.
Okay.
Marina Shafir. She's married to Roderick Strong.
Okay, cool. But yeah, so they're gonna probably be setting up like a 4-on-4 horsewomen of MMA to the horsewomen of wrestling.
I see. Because I was going to
She'd,
say, like, when you said Bailey was chair shotting everybody, and then you mentioned Charlotte getting a chair, I was just like, and then you went straight into 4 horsewomen. I was like, I know Charlotte was a horsewoman. I was like, is there a new incarnation or something? So I was just wondering.
No,
Like,
no.
'cause she basically got grandfathered in. She was guaranteed to be one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to have, just like Grayson said, they'll be fighting each other, and then they'll team up together against the other 4 eventually. But they're actually going to be the focus, one of the main focuses of WWE 2K, the showcase that they do in there. It's going to follow their careers from NXT. It's got a bunch of their matches in NXT going all the way up to Mania 35 with Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda Rousey. But you'll have to play through matches throughout their career, including Sasha versus Bailey when they headlined that NXT Brooklyn. There was another match where all 4 of them fought each other in a 4-way dance. So yeah, you'll have to play through all that stuff.
Nice.
Interesting. Well, sounds like they've got one thing that might be halfway enjoyable in the works.
Yeah, October 22nd. Looking forward to that.
So
King of the Ring.
King of the Ring. Is it over?
We're still waiting on the final competitors to be announced for Clash of Champions.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 2 more. What is that? Semifinals. So you got
Yes, semifinal.
Elias versus Chad Gable. Oh, Shorty G is still in it. And then on the Raw side, you have Samoa Joe, Ricochet, and Baron Corbin in a 3-way dance.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
because they did like a draw in the Joe Ricochet match.
Yeah, they pinned each other at the same time. So instead of saying they both lost, they said they both won. And now they're having a 3-way dance. And Corbin, my money's still on Corbin to win the whole thing. I see him,
With the
Corbin,
three-way-
and Gable
with the
in the
three-way
finals.
dance. I really see that happening more as well.
I'm gonna I'm sticking with Elias.
Let's stick with Elias, he says.
He looked good on the crown this week. They showed him on the chair this week, and he put the crown on his guitar. It was pretty cool. I mean, they're definitely playing Elias wearing the crown really well. They're definitely playing Corbin wearing it really well. They're even playing with Chad Gable, wanting it a lot, because every time he's talking about it and everyone's getting him down, and he just keeps. I mean, Christ, he beat Andrade this week.
Yeah, that was impressive that they gave him that win.
For sure.
I definitely was not expecting that that upset, because
Yeah.
Andrade's one of their, he's
Their
a
baby.
future friggin' champion over there. They tout him so much. So I mean, they must have some faith in old Shorty G there.
No doubt. I mean, it's rare that WWE will put anyone over one of their hot commodities.
Yeah.
And then
But,
I heard that.
lately though, lately all he hasn't been doing nothing lately. Lately, all he's been is Charlotte Flair's boyfriend.
Yeah, I know, right?
With pictures
Yeah.
of them and Roosh on the beach.
I also heard that part of the reason that's that triple threat is to help get Ricochet over for some odd reason, because he's not already over.
They're trying to make people forget about old Triggerfinger.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Gross. Other than that, I don't. Is anything else really? I know they got NXT coming. I feel like Undisputed Era is going to lead the charge for the NXT on Wednesday thing. I feel like they're going to start this feud. They're like going to probably put all the belts on them for a bit to build like them as a big dominant must-see stable, so people tune in.
I can see that.
I think the only belt missing is the U.S. belt for NXT that Dream has.
North American title.
North American, yeah. That Velveteen Dream has, and the only person that don't have a belt is Roderick Strong. So, unless they freebird it. They could freebird those tag titles, but... So.
True.
Then Shayna's going to probably carry it for a while, some more, just because she has some name value now. She's been their champ for a while, hadn't she?
Her name came up again in MMA circles because of Chris Cyborg Santos just signed with Bellator. The UFC cut her, and one of her better matches was against Shayna. So her name was out there in all those circles.
Yeah. Well, they didn't cut her. They were just they treated her like dog shit. Let's just be real. They treated her like dog shit. They didn't really, do her any favors. And then at the end, her management team did some really dumb shit that put her in some more hot water with the UFC. And the UFC was just like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. We won't even argue with you. Like, if you want to go get other offers, go get other offers. We're not really worried about it anymore. They didn't really cut her. It's more of just, if you find someone else, just leave. We don't care. And she had a good working relationship with Scott Coker, I think, from the Strike Force days.
Exactly.
So it was already there, and and to be fair, it makes better sense. God, we're on a wrestling podcast and I'm talking about MMA, and it makes way more sense. It makes way more sense because Bellator actually has the weight division for Christina Santos. Cyborg's weight class is there, while the UFC just had her, and then some lighter weight women's fighters who they would just pay money to come up and hopefully lose to her, just so they can make money off of her.
She had a jobber.
Yeah, until she got knocked the fuck out by Amanda Nunes real quick.
51 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, it was
brutal.
It was a shocker. I was expecting a full 5-round affair, because Amanda Nunes is no fucking slouch. But
no, not at all.
I did not expect Cyborg to just get dropped like that, because that's her job. She usually drops everybody. So, all right. So,
King of the Ring predictions. Who's winning it all?
Pac versus Paige.
Hangman versus Paige. Spinning clothesline.
They're the same person.
No, they're not.
The only other thing I can think about in WWE is the Fiend is getting a title match against the winner of Strowman versus Rollins.
Okay, so here's what I want. I want that not to happen. At all. I don't want it. I don't want Bray Wyatt anywhere near the title picture at this time, because it's it's too soon. Don't do it. B, I don't see Braun Strowman beating Seth Rollins because Seth Rollins just finished his huge feud with Brock Lesnar to where he's kind of like in this small area where he should be just untouchable. Mm-hmm. So he shouldn't be able to lose to Strowman. And it would just ruin that whole arc if he loses his belt so fast to The Fiend and just ruins that whole thing that happened just there where he should be unstoppable. And then on the flip side, if you have The Fiend lose, you're just doing the old Bray Wyatt booking. Mm-hmm. You have someone on fire, and then you have them just lose real quick. It's like, let it build. Let him, like, beat some other people through his mind game, crazy, I'm going to kill you in, like, 5-second, weird, break your neck stuff. And then maybe at Survivor Series, bring in a title match of some sort. Yeah.
Keep the belt away from him for, I would honestly push at least a year.
Like, mine is just like, don't, he just doesn't, his character so truly transcends belts.
Yeah, right his character's right so now. Over right now, he doesn't need a belt.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And WWE doesn't believe in characters being worth a shit unless they have a belt.
He's like Undertaker level, like, don't need a belt.
Yeah. Like, honestly, he's not quite at the Piper level, don't need a belt. Although if Piper ever had gotten one of the big belts other than the Intercontinental, it would have been ludicrous. But yeah. He's definitely in a similar company.
Yes.
His gimmick has got him super over with damn near everybody.
Dude, they even started selling the puppets. The puppets are on the shop now.
Really?
Yeah. That's why they want the belt on him. Sell more merch. He's a fucking merch mover now.
Merch machine, dude.
Like, that's why. It's like, merch means belt. Belts means money.
Dude, I mean, when he did the whole Muscle Man dance fucking bit,
oh yeah,
I wanted one of those shirts.
It was so funny.
Fingers crossed they don't. Well, I mean, you know, like we always say, you know, anything we say, it makes sense. So the WWE's not going to do it because, well, that makes sense.
Well, anything that you guys say makes sense. Remember, I'm wrong like 90% of the time. I got one thing in my back pocket right now, and her name is Rio.
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 We'll get to Rio. That's
yeah,
my
we'll
girl.
get there. We'll get there.
But yeah, that's what's going on with that is he's got a match at Hell in a Cell versus whoever wins. So we'll see how that one plays out.
And then other topic. Rowan turned his back on Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
He said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. You slapped me not once, not twice, but over and over again, and then beat the shit out of him for a little bit." That was crazy.
So speaking of Bray Wyatt and him and Rowan are talking on Twitter, and Bray Wyatt told him, "Come home, baby boy."
Uh-oh.
No.
That's what he said. Because Rowan's like, "I'm not a puppet anymore." Basically, he pulled the Pinocchio thing. No one pulls my strings. And Bray Wyatt reached out and said, "Come home, baby boy."
That sounds more like he's making fun of him.
Yeah.
He's getting some of that heat.
Oh, absolutely. But, you never know. Because if that's what they got to do to get friggin' Luke Harper back on TV, I'm down with whatever that takes.
Just bring him back and put him back with Rowan or something. Like, don't bring back the Bludgeon Brothers because you kind of already killed that officially.
That was horrible. Yeah.
I love the Bludgeon Brothers personally, but
I liked them that time we saw them at fucking Starrcade, but after like that, I didn't really hear much about them. They got a set of action figures and then they disappeared.
They were the tag champs and then they got injured.
Yeah, one of them got injured, and then one got healed. The other one got injured.
Mm-hmm.
But They should have had them the way they're doing the Viking Raiders right now. They should have just been fucking tearing ass through the tag team division. Been the unstoppable monsters. They're doing that with the Viking Raiders now, but there's nothing in sight for it. It's just how long are they going to continue to beat up friggin' jabronis? Because at some point it's not helping them anymore.
No, it's more of how do we push them until we can finally figure out what singles wrestlers we want to put in their place.
Yeah, exactly.
Because and they just put Ziggler and Rude together, yeah. And I'm actually digging that because I think I get it. I get it. They want Rude because I'm pretty sure it's Heyman really loves Robert Roode, which he should. Everyone should. Yeah. Robert Roode is fucking gold. But he hasn't had the proper usage on the main roster. And Ziggler, everyone knows Ziggler is great. So put them together to put your eyes on Roode, and it's going to get him over. That's what I think the mindset is.
They should have brought Eric Young in to tag with Robert Roode.
Yeah.
But Eric Young is working behind the scenes now. He's no longer an active wrestler, from what I read.
I can believe it, even though Eric Young was one of my favorites from TNA, and I loved him in
Team Canada, baby.
Yeah, and that was Bobby Roode was on that team, right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
And Scott D'Amore. I can't remember who else it was. It was Bobby Roode, Eric Young, Scott D'Amore.
Petey Williams.
Petey Williams,
Canadian Destroyer.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember. Speaking of which, just a quick tangent since we brought up Scott D'Amore and him being a TNA management. Did you guys see that? There's some issues between Impact and Killer Kross, and B, they're behind on paying a lot of their wrestlers merchandising.
Yep. So yeah, apparently Killer Kross didn't want to cut himself because the arena that they were at didn't have medical people on staff. They're not doing blood testing. Mm-hmm. There were some issues with that, so he had to go get fake blood packets the day of and use it in his mouth because there was a first blood match.
Mm-hmm. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all for that. That's a reasonable reason.
That is a safe and smart move.
Yeah. And no ambulance on site. I don't remember. Did you mention that part?
Well, then no medical staff.
Okay, there. Yeah. So, if anything did happen, he was fucked. He's like, no, I'm not doing that shit. Fuck that.
Yeah. Don't.
And then, as I mentioned, they've been not paying their merchandising royalties to people. They're a year behind on some wrestlers. And so what they did, what I heard that they did, or read rather, they started to offer to pay for the lodging and some of the travel expenses to kind of smooth it over and make good. Well, I guess they're sorting out their bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So, when they were down, I think in Mexico or something like that, the company paid for the hotels and all that. So it quit taking that cost out. Because some of the wrestlers, since they haven't been paid their merchandising, they're literally losing money doing their job.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Scarlett Bordeaux was living with her friggin' mother before she got cut.
Yep. She was spotted at the NXT Performance Center for a tryout.
Good for her.
Mm-hmm.
And then Killer Kross, when they were in Canada or something he was supposed to go up there for the Canada show, and he was going to stay with friends or family or something, so they wouldn't have to pay the expenses, but they told him to keep his ass at home.
Oh,
because of that whole cutting situation.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. It's true.
Bleeding. I'm so far behind on Ring of Honor. I'm watching Ring of Honor right now, and this is the first episode where Flip Gordon turns into the mercenary.
Oh, yeah.
I'm way behind on Ring of Honor. I need to get caught up. Although once Marty Scurll jumped shop to AEW, I got no other reason to watch Ring of Honor.
Honestly, the more they promote him, the less likely I see it happening.
Well, here's another thing that I read, because this is what I do when I am at my place of employment and I have
You and
to
me both.
quotation mark use the restroom. So, from what I hear, Marty Skrull's contract is supposed to be up in November.
Yes.
He was originally planned for the Ring of Honor World title. But they decided to give it to Matt Taven due to the potential contract, expiration dates.
Yeah.
Because it's speculated, he'd probably leave, go to AEW. Why put the belt on him? Give it to someone else. So they went with the safe bet of Taven. Well, it also turns out that Taven's contract ends in September. And then this is where my theory comes in. I think they know Skrull will probably leave and go to AEW because that's where his friends, being the elite, all of that is. But they played it safe with Matt Taven in the sense that I don't think Matt Taven will go anywhere because Taven is kind of boring.
I was just going to say, Taven's not going anywhere because nobody wants Taven.
He's not he's okay. He's okay.
He's good for the level that he's at, the promotion that he's at. He can be a big guy here. He can be a top name. He's their champion. You put him anywhere else, he's going to be a mid-carder at best and lost in the shuffle.
Yes.
They put him in WWE, he'll be retired in 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Man,
and I like the Kingdom. I like that friggin' horror guy who's with him, Vinny Marseglia.
Mm-hmm.
That dude's fucking cool. I dig him. I like his gimmick.
But some of the rumors are saying that Marty and Flip could both go to AEW, but I don't know when Flip. I don't know when
I don't think his contract's up for a while yet.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I mean, I could see him going once it is, but as of right now, he's pretty much
Ring of Honor. Yeah.
But give it at least like a year, maybe 2 tops, and I could see him there. But he wouldn't want to be where he's at for too long because he could miss that golden opportunity to be a top star while it's still hot before worst comes to worst, AEW's hype starts to really cool off.
Yeah. Okay, so his contract with Ring of Honor ends in 2020.
Okay, so next year.
Yeah.
Who's
That's
that,
if
Flip?
that's if this article is to be believed.
We'll find out. Who's it through?
Ring of Honor?
Oh, through Ring of Honor themselves?
Yeah.
Okay, then I would believe it more than I would any other dirt sheet if it's straight from the promotion.
Yeah. Oh no, it's a dirt sheet, sorry, but he signed with Ring of Honor who he was with at the time. So
Yeah.
And that was in 2018, so yeah, 2-year contract, that would probably be fine.
Unless he signed some sort of extension between then and now.
Yeah.
Which for some reason, I keep thinking I heard something like that, but I'm not going to go on record as stating that as gospel or anything.
You could state it as gospel. I mean, the 7 people who listen to our show, we could spread that downwards.
I love you,
I
7
heard it
people.
first. I heard it first.
I heard it first, damn it. Where'd you hear it? Post the post? The fuck is that?
The greatest fucking podcast in the world.
Ever.
They're so good, no one's heard of them. Damn right.
As soon as we get any sort of true following, we're gonna pull the fucking plug.
We're not in it for the followers. We're in it for the pure art of it all.
When we hit 3 figures, we're done.
How many listeners you got? 7.
Oh man, when we hit 99, you motherfuckers better start talking shit about us.
We're huge with Zach and Zach's friends.
I am perfectly okay with that.
Quick shout out for Zach. I still need you to move to Colorado. I need a fucking bass player.
Yeah, and also Also, shout out to Zach for editing all of these episodes.
The
Dude,
fact
that's
that he
bang up
puts
job.
up with listening to me talk is amazing. So AEW
Yes, all out.
of chicken. Yes.
All out of chicken. Yeah, Popeye says.
I'm getting good.
So I finally finished watching it today. I finally got around. I watched everything yesterday except for the main event, the Jericho Page match, but I got everything, and I am ready to discuss.
All right. So my first
Shit.
question is, what'd you guys think?
While it was good, lightning definitely didn't strike twice on that one. And a lot of the opening matches and a couple of the main card matches I thought were pretty boring.
Keep it going.
Yes.
The Darby Allin match was great. I'm okay with the fact that Havoc won, but it still was pulling for Darby the whole time. Dude went crazy.
There were some spots in that match.
Oh, the mouthful attacks, dear God.
Yeah, and then coming off the top rope into Havoc
I
to get him
know.
out of the chair.
I know. It was nuts.
The skateboard with the thumbtacks.
Oh,
up the
that
bottom.
right there was my favorite part.
Oh,
I
Janela.
He auctioned that thing off on Twitter. He sold it.
wouldn't doubt it, and I'll bet it went for a ton.
I think the highest was like 1,000 before that I had seen, but I'm pretty sure it went for more.
Wow.
That
Good for him.
right there, that match. It was
I like the fact that they brought in his wife for the Battle Royal. I'm a fan of
Yeah.
that couple.
Didn't last very long, but they did.
No, she wasn't in there very long, but she was in there. Did you guys watch that video I told you about last week?
No, I did not watch the period video.
No, I forgot. Totally forgot. I was actually sitting here. I was like, "What fucking video is he talking about?" And then you said, "It's like,
Priscilla Kelly versus Tuna.
okay."
High points for me, Private Party. Jesus Christ, those guys. That finisher, Gin and Juice,
Oh, that finisher was beautiful. That was the best
with
part
the
of that whole
Hurricane
match.
Rana into the friggin' cutter. Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah, that was the best part of that match. Other than that, I thought that match was boring. But that finisher was that salvaged that match for me.
Yeah, that finisher's pretty awesome. The Women's Battle Royal, won by Nyla Rose, defeating Britt Baker in the end to finish it up.
I mean, I'm still surprised they keep, keeping Britt Baker from any wins. I really am. I'm not surprised Nyla Rose won. I don't even remember what we predicted for that. I feel like I may have leaned towards Britt Baker because I thought she really needs something because they've been hyping her so hard. But I'm really not surprised that Nyla got it. Not at all.
I went with someone else.
Ew.
What are you doing? Are you watching the video?
Ew.
That's fucking awesome. She got so much. They got so much shit about that spot. So much shit. I think it's awesome, and the fact that Joey Ryan was the one to come to her defense made me like it even more.
I can just picture Joey. Oh my God!
Good old Joey.
Oh man, yeah, that was gross. I'm still gonna go with it was praised as a tampon laced with Kool-Aid, but
Oh yeah, it wasn't real. They said it wasn't real.
yeah, obviously, but still, ugh.
The fact that she reaches down there, grabs it, and puts it in the chick's mouth.
Oh, she dug in there. She made it
Yes.
like it took me a minute to squeeze it out to pull it out of there with these skin tight latex.
Oh man.
Gross. I hate fish already, and now it's like just think about it. You want to taste the tuna? You do. Jam your fucking mouth. Star Kiss. Oh, that's her new finish. It's called the Star Kiss.
Damn it!
All right, so
me. I can't remember who I said was going to win the Battle Royal. I don't think it was Nyla Rose. And I have an unpopular opinion about Nyla Rose, so I'm not even going to voice it.
Well, I'm just
Fair
gonna
enough.
say I enjoy Nyla Rose a lot, and I understand why they picked her because I think they're gonna keep going with Awesome Kong and Asha Kong, and they need a monster. They're wanting to do a David and Goliath match. I assumed personally they were going to do, two women of the same stature. I thought it would be like a Britt Baker, Bea Presley match type deal. I was thinking it was like something like that, two women wrestlers, not this. You've got the monster Nyla Rose against the 98-pound petite Riho.
Yeah.
Riho, I mean, honestly, just the way they've kind of played her out in the ring, I think they could definitely make it a believable win for her if she went up against Nyla Rose.
Yeah.
Just the way they've done it, because she hasn't wrestled stupid. She's wrestled really smart against everyone she's gone against.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it more like she's playing ring psychology out of pure fluke victories.
Yes.
I mean, she's doing smart roll-ups and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely sold.
I think I went with Allie. I think I said Allie was going to win. I think was who I went with. That sounds about right.
I don't remember who I said. I think I said Britt Baker.
I feel like I went with Baker as well, just because of the aforementioned reasons.
Yeah.
Or did I say? I might have said Brandy Rhodes. Regardless, it's going to be a good match. With Nyla Rose, Riho. Just like you said, that David and Goliath. I'll give Nyla Rose credit in the fact that she's playing well. She's taking bumps from the smaller wrestlers. She's playing it off really well. I mean, she's got acting chops.
She's willing to sell.
Yeah, she's willing to sell, and I'll give her credit for that. But here's the problem that I have: the idea of having the first inaugural AEW Women's Champion be, not be a genetic woman or a birth woman. For me, I don't know. Again, unpopular opinion. I have no problem with the community. I'm a full supporter. It just doesn't sit right.
I'm actually okay with it because, I get it. I think, I'm a fan. I think she's great. I think she's just been killing it. She's good at doing, as we said, the selling. She's pretty safe. She's a safe worker in the ring, except for that throw over with, oh god.
Over the top rope with the chick we were just talking about, Priscilla Kelly.
Yeah, that was a
rope.
nasty drop. I got to take that away from her. That was. It looked like she didn't have a great hold on her, because I saw when she was doing it, she lifted but kind of lost a little bit, and then just kind of tried to force it, and it just did not work out. Because she was supposed to land on everyone, but instead she
came up way short.
Head on the ground. It was bad. But I think if she wins, I think it breaks the boundaries and it helps lead into a whole new era, and I'm cool with it. I think it'll be fun. But it depends, if they're doing a legit David and Goliath, it's going to be Riho.
Yeah.
The small 98-pound wrestler coming in and taking down the monster Nyla Rose, which has been done. It's tried and true.
The only downside with that is it would seem like it would end up being a little bit of
cliched
nepotism as well, since she's Kenny's golden child.
Yeah.
But, hear me out on that, because I thought about that too. Kenny Omega has not been doing very well since his time in AEW. You think maybe he's sacrificing his success so they push her?
No, I think they're doing a redemption arc. He's just going to be on a losing tear, and then it's going to be he's I've got to refocus. I've got to rebuild myself. And he's going to go through a redemption arc and come back to the Kenny Omega we know and love and become AEW heavyweight champion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're definitely playing that off the way Jim Ross was talking about, this is the best match machine over in Japan and so on and so forth. They're definitely playing that up, so I could see that
Yeah,
story.
I don't see him having a win until after January 1st.
Yeah, I can see him dropping to Moxley as well.
Yeah.
Or
Singles. Sorry, let me clarify real fast. Sorry to cut you off. Singles win.
Yeah.
Tag matches and triple threat or triple tags, I can see those, but singles matches, I see him losing.
Yeah. I see his and Moxley's match if all goes and it goes through as planned in November. I see Mox going over. Might not be a clean victory, so that way they don't really tarnish Kenny, since they're, possibly, as we're speculating, putting him through a scripted losing streak.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see it almost being as something where maybe you've got a run-in or a double count out or something like that, where they both go so hard, both of them look great. It shows Kenny's versatility and shows that Mox can hang with the young crowd. That's kind of the vibe that I'm leaning towards there.
Yeah.
What other matches did we have that we should talk about? So
We had the
Jungle
Angelico and
Express.
Evans versus
Private Party.
Oh, we talked about that. Yeah, that was my
Talking
bad.
about fucking
SoCal and Jungle Express.
now.
Yeah, that's
I know
Jurassic Express.
that is one of the best team names.
Yes. Someone tried
Jurassic
to say.
Express.
Someone tried to say on Twitter that they should change the name to Lost World Order, and I'm like, LWO.
That's
Are you
Latino
fucking
football.
kidding me? That's the Latino World Order, and they only lasted 3 months.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, trying to bring this back LWO. We don't need any more blank WOs. We've had enough of them. We've had Blue World Order, New World Order, Red and Black, LWO. We had OWN if you want to get real deep cut with the Ultimate Warrior, One Warrior Nation.
Yep,
Like,
One Warrior Nation.
We're done. We're done with those
BWO.
fucking letters.
Well, at first they called them a small boy, a boy, and their dinosaur, and I'm like, that's stupid and long.
That doesn't flow at all.
No.
So Jurassic Express, I'm digging on it, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, they did not impress me as much this time as they did in their last showing, and I was expecting more out of that
Dude,
match.
did you? But I don't know, man. I thought it was great. I think it was mainly just so they could showcase Luchasaurus a little bit more.
That's what I think.
Did you hear that? You hear that pop he fucking got with that hot tag? Holy
yeah.
shit.
Well, you
Luchasaurus
called how that match was going to take place last week. You pretty much spelled that match out, with the exception of who won. As you said, it was going to be the little guys doing their thing, getting beat down.
Yeah.
Hot tag, Luchasaurus comes in, pops the fuck out of the place. And you called that match last week, top to bottom, damn near.
Yeah, with the exception of the win.
Yeah, I know. Me and my boy, we were talking about it as well. And like while it was going on, and our big takeaway from it is this: they're going to keep the tag together, but they're going to push Luchasaurus as a big league singles competitor.
Oh yeah, they definitely.
He's going to run train in the singles division. Right now, they're just testing the water to see what sort of hype he's getting and how good he is in the ring. And already he flies like a damn light heavyweight. He's
He's a Luchasaurus, Will.
I know.
He's a dinosaur that does lucha libre.
It's the best gimmick.
He's a
It ticks all
goddamn
boxes.
dinosaur doing flips, and his arms are actually long.
Yes. Yes, he is not a
He can
T-Rex.
clap his hands.
He can clap his hand. He can brush his teeth so he's not super ornery.
Yo, no. There was a dinosaur who could brush their teeth previously in the 90s because he taught me how. Worked for the ADA.
I
Get
remember.
shit together because he had a saber-toothed tiger friend who knocked a tooth out, rinsed it with water,
I
went
remember.
to the dentist, and they put that shit back in there.
I
That
remember.
dinosaur brushes teeth.
I remember that very well.
And he had a little sister. Her bitch ass could brush her teeth too. This is the first time. This is the first time in wrestling.
Okay.
You know, don't do inhalants. Scruff McGruff.
Scruff McGruff.
Don't even get me started on Duke Power. That blue alien watching TV with a toaster and a hairdryer in the bathtub. You're gonna die, little blue man. You're gonna die.
Commercial deep cuts.
God
Oh
damn it.
boy.
Next up, Pac versus Omega.
That was a great match.
Love that match. That match
And
was good.
it went over like I thought it would. Pac getting the win. It was just a clean win as opposed to I expected a run-in of some sort.
Yeah. Personally, I'm kind of surprised the run-in didn't happen because that's what I was thinking would be. But at the same time, they've done really well on not having really any run-ins to ruin a match. They've had a
Yeah.
couple after the match,
Yeah.
but they haven't done any shiesty losses or wins yet. So I'm digging that because WWE overdoes it.
Yeah.
It's true.
I really liked the end. It wasn't a pin. It wasn't a
He
tap.
went out.
He was
Yeah.
out, and it was
Yeah.
and it was like a reversal of the one-winged angel to the brutalizer.
Oh,
It-
I know.
It was
That
just
was great.
there was just that sense of finesse to it. It was just a good, smooth transition. They did it well, and it's
Yeah.
told a good story for that ending.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Yes.
I definitely call that like for me that's second best match of the night.
Yes.
Second best, if not tied for best. But yeah, I couldn't have been happier with that match because both of them put on a great show. Kenny went V-trigger happy, which is always fun to see.
Oh yeah.
Pac went hard, taking nasty bumps
Dude,
onto the railing.
both
That
of
shit
them.
shot.
Both of them taking hits on the rails.
I know.
The back of the fucking ankle for Omega, and then Pac's front shin. Like, I don't know how either of them kept walking. That shit had to hurt.
That
I think
looked
they're gonna-
nasty.
Watching that match made me think, I bet they're gonna back those rails up a little bit.
Yeah,
'Cause I felt
wouldn't be
claustrophobic
surprised.
watching people out there because I was like, those look really close.
those rails are like old school, like NWA, like back in the day close. Like
Yeah.
we're talking like damn high school gym VFW indie show close.
Yeah. It was very it hurt. It hurt.
I agree.
We talked about Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, Joey Janela. So speaking of which, even though we already talked about it, just gonna mention this. Jimmy Havoc hasn't lost.
No, he hasn't.
No, he's
Pretty much him and Cody have the best win-loss records right now.
And for me, I find, speaking of Cody, as much as I like it, I find that to be total bullshit. I think they fucked up. When they
All right, we'll get there. We'll get there, Will. We'll get there. So I have some words on that as well. We will get there.
Okay.
Because I want to fill my vanity. Only because of Stu Grayson having the word Grayson in his name. But that match was great. I loved the Dark Order and the Best Friends match.
Oh, yeah, that one was good.
It was just a great match from top to bottom. They didn't overdo the minions doing anything.
Yeah.
You know, they did pop out, which you knew they were gonna, but they didn't overdo it. And then the Dark Order got the win.
Yep.
And then
Fatality.
the lights went out, and the minions, no, they're stealing one of the best friends.
Oh, goddamn.
And then goddamn
Big Orange.
Orange
the
Cassidy.
legend himself of Orange Cassidy.
I will tell you right now, he had the greatest move of the night. That pocket, no emotion suicide dive is by far my favorite move I've ever seen anyone do.
Dude,
And he
Yeah.
caught his feet on the end of it.
Yeah, he did. God, he's so.
It's
I
beautiful.
love Orange Cassidy. He's so good. He's so much fun. I love when he does his like shin kicks, like up kick, lazy kick, lazy kick, back up. I'm gonna super kick, shin. It's so much fun. Oh man! And then his thumbs up, the most lazy thumbs up ever. It's just like, eh.
Side thumb.
It's the Daniel Wood thumbs up.
Oh my god, it's so.
You know the one. don't
Yeah,
you?
I know it. I know it. It's just hilarious.
I love it. It is great. I hope they just push him to a ludicrous degree, almost to the point where you're sick of it.
Yeah.
That's how much I like it right now.
And what's funny is if you look in the crowd during that, you can see Effie from Indie Darling Effie in the crowd there looking at him, who they just had like a big wrestling match back in like late July at GCW. So it was funny. They had a little Twitter exchange. I followed you to Chicago, Orange Cassidy. And then he's like, here I am, circled himself in the crowd.
That's great.
Effie's great. And then, yeah, that was just a good match. And I knew the Dark Order was going to win.
Yeah, I think we all called that
I
one.
think it also shows the thought process behind what AEW sees in them. Like, they see a top level tag team in them.
Yeah, and I can see them going real big.
Yeah. We already talked about Riho and Hikaru.
Yep, I thought that match was really good. It wasn't the most engaging match for me,
Yeah.
but the way it was done was super clean, and that nice roll-up finish out of nowhere,
Mm-hmm.
but with it being earned. It wasn't like one of those, I'm just going to roll you up randomly and get the win out of nowhere. It was a surprise roll-up, but she had done the work to earn that surprise, if that makes sense.
Yes. All right. All right, Will.
It's the
gotta
goddamn most controversial match of the
All right,
fucking
put
night.
your shit talking overalls on. Roll those sleeves up.
They're fucking on.
Drop the boxing gloves. Because this is
Cody?
a bare knuckle fight. This fucking match. This fucking match was gonna be my favorite match of the night, and it was my most hated.
I know. It's
Fuck.
like they, to me, unless they've got some crazy angle that I do not see, they fucking screwed the pooch on this one. They shit the bed.
Too much interference. Like, I like the Arn Anderson interference coming out.
Still the best spine buster in the business. It was beautiful.
Yeah, even but like the playing up of MJF. I mean, you can see where that's going.
I know.
It's
MJF's gonna turn on him.
He's turning on him.
It's so broadly telegraphed. It's not even gonna be a fucking surprise.
Yeah.
My issue with this match lies not in all the extracurricular business that was going on. That was just, it was boring. What it came from is the fact that they fucked up and they gave the win to someone who didn't fucking need it.
Yes.
Shawn Spears should have gotten that fucking win. Because,
Sean, like, Cody didn't need the fucking win.
no.
Cody's EVP. Cody has done everything under the sun almost.
Yeah.
Like this loss would have done nothing.
No.
And
It
if
would've.
anything, they could have done a rematch, and then he could have won. But Sean Spears, after getting just the biggest pile of shit piled on him, with the exception of getting married to Peyton Royce. Wait, was it Peyton Royce? Or am I getting them
Yes. No, you're right.
Okay.
Married Peyton
Except for
Royce.
getting marrying Peyton Royce because she's my favorite of the Iconics because I hate Billy Kay. He should have fucking won.
I know.
He was the big signing. Comes in, gets the big pop in the Battle Royale.
He gets that
Comes in,
nasty chair shot that gets him
fucking-
an immediate ready-made gimmick that
Get-
set all sorts of heat up.
And then he gets the Tully Blanchard back up. The dude who's always beaten the roads as his quarterman, his manager. They should have had him win.
But
Hard.
yeah,
You WWE'd it. You Vince McMahon it, Cody. God damn it. But let me take this back a fucking notch. All right. So I'm going to start at the top. Start naming my things that I was just like, what the fuck kind of decision making was that? A. Shawn Spears contacts. What the fuck?
No. Those don't bother me too much. They were kind of gimmicky. Those not too much. What bothered me, if we're going to go into fucking ring attire, Cody, you come out with the goddamn Star Trek theme and all you wore is a fucking cutoff and the rest of your damn outfit didn't even fucking match the theme.
And then,
what is wrong with you?
And then, you still forced that beautiful dog out after it was scared shitless from the pyro.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. You could see the fear in that dog, like, just right there in the, like, the walkway. You could see, it was like trying to bolt out, and it's like, no, you're coming today. It's like,
Pyro does not like pyro.
No dog likes pyro.
Do not do pyro if you're bringing a dog out. If you do, get the dog down to the ring. Like, do a delayed entrance for yourself. Let your entourage go down first, kind of like they're holding down the fort for you. Then blow the pyro, and then make your grand, like, solo strut down there to meet the rest. Yeah. That way, you don't startle the dog. You don't have that whole awkward exchange. Totally viewable by thousands of people on camera.
Yeah.
It was... I know why he's doing it, but at the same time, that right there was just... That was a total
the Nightmare family.
Yeah, Brandy should have called. To be fair, also, since Cody was in the middle of his entrance, Brandy should have called an audible and fucking walked off with the dog.
Yep.
Like right then, right whenever it started pulling away because the pyro went off, she should have been like, "No, I gotta go. Just leave with the dog. Don't force it out there." Everyone watching at home will 100% get it because everybody, and I am sure everybody was like, "Holy fuck, that
I know. We even said it. We're like, don't
bring
drag Pharaoh out.
Don't bring the dog out. No, leave. Just leave. No.
Pharaoh's a nice boy. Leave him alone.
And then, like, what's the fucking point of having everyone come out? Like, I get it. You can only pick one. Just do a backstage segment. Don't have everyone come out there and then it's like, go away.
Who's going to be his corner man?
He was trying to call back to All In too much.
Yeah.
And, like, as much as I enjoyed the callback, and as soon as I saw everyone in their fucking Star Trek gear, I was like, holy fuck, they're doing Star Trek theme. I was fucking stoked. I thought it was going to be good, like his fucking Metal Gear theme.
Yeah.
And then all he wears is a goddamn cutoff. I'm like, come on, dude. Even your boots didn't match the rest of the uniform. The fuck, red and blue? The fuck, man. Did you get dressed in the dark?
Yeah.
I lost my pants.
Fuck it. Bring me those. And then fucking I mean, as we mentioned, you know, it was built too much on the outside. Like all it did was try and like build up Tully Blanchard. Like they interfered too much with Tully, interfered too much with MJF. MJF kept kind of sabotaging Cody because he kept trying to do something.
He's young, he's inexperienced.
It's like just fuck off. Just fuck off. Just it should have just been Shawn and Cody, and everyone else should have just stayed the fuck out. Like, announce Tully as like Shawn's manager, but make it like Shawn goes, "No, I need you to stay back. You've taught me everything already. Like, you've taught me. I'm going to take what you said into action, but I need to do it alone." Something like that. Because that was like purely, it should have just been a one-on-one fucking brawl.
Yeah.
And Shawn Spears should have won.
Yeah.
And Pharaoh should never have came out.
If anything, the big takeaway is Shawn Spears should have won.
Oh.
That is 100% the major takeaway from this.
Oh, no. I still feel like it's the contacts. I hate contacts.
The contacts were dumb.
It just didn't work. It didn't work. Like, I'm going to keep my head down, my hood covering my face. I'm going to sit in this chair, and I'm going to get up. I'm going to fold the chair. I'm going to walk down slowly, and then I'm going to pull the thing off and look up real dramatically and have these crazy-ass looking contacts. It was literally like seeing Mac pop his cat eyes in, and it's like, what the fuck?
Nice.
I'm going for gas, but you're just getting laughs.
Yeah. Nice, right?
Yeah, the contacts made no sense to me because like I I had to do a double take on him. I'm like, is he really wearing white what the hell? Why? Like,
It was
why?
it was weird.
Made no sense.
Guess he's just making a throwback to like maybe he was super into new metal in the late 90s. I don't.
Well, you know, Tool did have their new album come out, so I mean,
Yeah, maybe that's it. He's just been really
could have
hyped on that
been
new
done.
Tool album.
It could have been done that, and how to lose your fan base. I thought it sucked. So, Escalera de la Muerte.
That match is the other tie for best match of the night.
All right, so a lot of people, from what I read, have actually kind of been shitting on this match.
Why?
That's my guess.
It went down exactly as expected. The only faults I could give it, goddamn, some of those table breaking quasi botches that were happening to the Bucks at the end. Oh boy.
The reason people have been shitting on it is because there was no story there. It just felt like it was a spot fest. And then whenever
was.
I'm
Did they
reading these,
miss the last 4 fucking times these guys have wrestled?
that was my thought. Like, I was reading those comments, and I was just sitting there like, what fucking story?
What
fucking
planet are
story
you
is-
on?
What fucking story is there? They've wrestled 5 fucking times now, and
Mhm.
the story, there is no story. They're just gonna wrestle them again because they're vying for who's the best tag team, and now the AAA Tag Team Championships are on the line again. It's just a
Yep.
fucking ladder match. There is no story. It's just who's gonna win. We all knew it was gonna be the Lucha Bros.
Yep.
But, like, get the fuck out of here if your only reason to say this match wasn't great was because it lacked the story. Like, fuck off. It's 2 brothers versus
Against
2 brothers for the AAA tag belts after already wrestling each other 100 fucking times. So it's the penultimate match because it's not a singles match or a or a 6-man tag match. It's a goddamn Escalera de la Muerte match, a ladder of death
Mhm.
match.
And it's going to be the last time, supposedly, that we see the AAA tag titles in AEW.
Which is good. They're going to have their own tag titles.
They're going to have their own belts, but I mean, the only reason they had the belt on the line is because they needed a prop for the match.
Yeah.
You know?
That's it.
But I wouldn't say there's
anyone-
no story.
Anyone with half a brain. Apparently, those people complaining on Twitter, where the fuck ever. I mean, Twitter isn't really
They're
a
probably just
fucking
WWE.
brain trust as it is. Anyone that didn't fucking understand that the Bucks were not going to win that match are stupid.
Yeah, the Bugs were going to.
Plain and simple. They're just Bucks marks. That's all it is. I
Yeah.
mean, I love the shit out of the Bucks. Would I have liked them to win? Fuck yeah, but it didn't make any sense because they just dropped those belts. Those belts are going back to Mexico because the Bucks have no plans to go to Mexico anytime soon. Why would they put the belts back on the Bucks? Why?
It's like them getting the New Japan Pro Wrestling belts again.
Yeah.
Why?
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 It doesn't make any sense.
No. Get the fuck off.
Yeah.
Then, but yeah, I gotta say, alright, so my 2 cringe moments. Pentagon, Canadian Destroyer, Matt Jackson.
Oh god, that one onto the ladder.
Oh,
That
Oh,
yeah.
That was
Oh.
fucking gnarly as hell.
oh. And
I'm like,
And-
where are they going
And
to put his
that got
head?
vertical. He did a slow
Oh, I know.
rotation with that. It was gnarly as.
and then Nick taking it from the top of the ladder, clipping, going through only
God,
the
I
first
thought he
table and
died.
hitting the back of his head on the second table.
I thought he fucking died. He had blood all running down his
Oh,
hand.
I know, I saw it. Like his hands were covered in blood. He got fucked up. It was a straight up botch. It wasn't a botch you can really control because I mean, shit, that's all physics and just random happenstance. But in the realm of saying it's something that didn't go as planned, fuck no, it didn't.
Yeah. Whew.
Oh, but yeah, that match had me like, I was cringing at some of those chair shots worse than I was cringing when fucking Mox took off Janela's boot.
Oh,
That was gnarly.
I did not like that.
I was just like, come on now.
Who
Yeah.
wants
And at the end of the pop fest, we had another pop with two guys wearing some president's masks.
Oh, who was that? I don't even know.
Like we haven't been talking about it for the last 4 weeks.
It was formerly known as LAX. No.
What was the...
Los Boricuas.
Yeah, that's what I heard him say. I was just like, what? The boys.
Which is a throwback to WWE, because WWE used to have a tag team called the Boricuas.
Well,
when they had all the faction wars going on back in the day with we had The Rock and Kama Mustafa, the Nation of Domination, and then they had that biker gang.
You had the Nation, you had the Ministry. Fuck, who else?
The Brood.
The Brood, yeah.
The Brood was in there, yeah, but they had the Boricuas, or Los Boricuas, or whatever they were calling them. So I don't think that'll be the name. I'm sure WWE still owns intellectual property on that,
Probably.
in some form.
Yeah. Probably.
But we know where Santana and Ortiz are showing up. They're going to be in AEW.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a big pop. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, LAX is here!" And like when they came out, I was just like, "Hey, it's LAX." Without them even taking their masks off, so like, "Hey, look who it is!"
Yeah, you could tell who they were before the masks came off. Friggin' Santana, you could definitely tell who he was, just the way he stands and shit.
But I mean, all in all, with the exception of like quite a few qualms with some of the direction they were taking, it was good pay-per-view. I mean, was it all in good? No, Lightning's not going to strike twice.
Oh, we got one more match. Don't jump the gun. We got one more match.
God.
Jericho and Paige.
Oh yeah, that one.
I'll tell you right now, my favorite part of this match, Aubrey Edwards.
She's great.
I'm a fan now. She just signed a full-time deal with them on the 1st, but I am loving on her right now. I'm getting a little crush on the bitch face.
She is the best ref I've seen in a long time.
Some of her faces went on the near pins, the 2 counts and stuff.
Oh,
there was one that she did.
That one where she went up
and she's laying down. Oh yes.
That one was great. And then when she jumped down Jericho's throat and he even put his hands up and backed away, I was like, there we go. There we go. That's the ticket.
There was a lot of great stuff in the match, but she was my favorite part of the match.
Yeah.
That match was for sure like second best. The other two were tied for first, and then the Jericho Page was a flat number 2. Ha 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 ha! Not because it was a poopy match, but just because it was the second best. It wasn't. It wasn't.
I'm just gonna say I felt like even though Jericho, he's a little up there. He's how do I put it nicely? He got a little more round.
Yeah.
Him and Paige had really good chemistry in that match.
Oh yeah, I mean,
like they played each other very well. They worked together very well, and everything was believable.
The timing and the execution of that finish is the best choreography I had seen all night.
Yeah, it was on point.
It was perfect because it made Jericho's ring veteran, moniker really sell, because Paige came over the top for the whirlwind lariat and Jericho counterspun, popped him in the jaw with the Judas effect, which I still think is a terrible fucking name, but popped him, dropped him, it's like he knew he was going to do it, so he used his own momentum against him to get that extra heat behind it.
Yep.
It
was really well done.
Well, I wasn't a fan of Jericho winning the belt. You guys know this beforehand. But now it makes more sense to me because of this fact. He is now the first wrestler to hold the WCW, WWE, WWE World Heavyweight, and AEW World Championships. So I mean,
all he's got to do now is get the New Japan Heavyweight
New Japan.
Championship. He's
Yep.
damn run the gamut of all the major promotions,
Yep.
really. And
that
honestly,
fact makes it make more sense to me.
yeah,
But I still think I think Hangman Page should have been the face of the company.
I
Hangman
need to-
will become the face of the company, but their goal is to bring in the viewers for the very beginning. And the way you do that is with an established presence who everyone knows is a household name.
Yeah, it's just like last week when I said, as much as I want Hangman to win, and I think it would be a good idea to belt him, I also followed up with, but he's still too green.
Yeah. He's gonna get the belt.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go ahead and just get that put out there. He is
no.
gonna get the belt, and he's gonna be like the new generation face of the
Yeah.
like it's gonna probably go through one or two people, and then he's gonna get it, and it'll be a big moment, and he'll probably hold it for a couple months.
Well, I was wrong about that, but I've got one thing to say: Riho. Let her get that belt, man. I will hang on to that correct
Prediction.
what's the word? Prediction for the rest of my friggin' life. I'll be that one hit wonder, Riho.
And then when she doesn't win it, every time from then on out, he's still like, Rio's going to win the belt. It's like, John, it's already passed. No, Rio's going to win the belt. He's going to have just the worst PTSD.
She's not even in the match, John.
John, she retired 15 years ago. Rio's going to win the belt.
Riho versus Bailey. You heard it here first.
Oh boy.
So, Halo, bring a chair.
It was good. It wasn't all in.
I still enjoyed watching it.
Oh yeah,
I put about 7.5.
That's with our conversation the other day. Out of 10, I was putting it at 7.5 as well.
Yeah.
I mean, just because some of the matches just didn't hold me quite as well as I would have expected. But I mean, it's their first major show with just their in-house talent. It's not going to be like the all-star match that was last year.
Yeah.
But it was a showcase and a highlight of the new talent.
Exactly.
Like we saw the new talent doing their stuff on this card, whether win, lose, or draw. We got to see the new talent do what they do. The Dark Order, Jurassic Express, the friggin' Party Boys. What the hell are they called? Private Party. I mean, we got to see the new talent do their thing. So I like that in that regard. It definitely showcased them, even though, 2 out of 3 of those people lost.
I need Angelico and Evans to get a win. Just
I need.
They need Angelico and Evans to get a win. Shit.
Yes, they're too enjoyable to watch come in the ring for them to not get any double.
I know, right? The fucking doing
Just
the Bernie.
That weird, the weird.
The way he took his jacket off.
Yeah. It's like how he comes in, he just takes his jacket off by doing like the Bernie or some shit like that. Just like, there it is. And I'm just like, yeah, shimmy shake it, dog. Shimmy shake it. Get it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's just like the other thing is they really need to work on their pre-show. It's not good. It really isn't. I mean,
I'm just kind of tired of seeing a battle royale every time.
I would like to see a battle royale that wasn't boring.
I don't like the whole 5 and then you have to wait for 5 more random ass people. Like, I don't know, if you're just do it like a Royal Rumble type deal and just like every minute have someone come down.
Yeah, for sure.
Something like that. Don't drag it out like every 3 to 5 minutes or something. Like, make it like every 1 or 2 minutes and just get it done. But like the whole 5 and then you wait until like those 5 are done, you bring out another 5 and then kind of finally do another 5.
It kind of kills the momentum in my opinion.
Yeah, it's got weird breaks. and it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. I don't like it.
But I mean, like we said, again, we're not gonna poo-poo it because it was a good show.
I was still happy with it. Yeah.
Yeah, we just
Yeah, I was happy with it.
You know, as I said,
I'm happy I didn't. I'm happy I didn't pay for it.
Initially, you know, I told you after I watched it, you know, initially I was like, you know, I enjoyed it. I gave it an 8.5, and then as I said, you know, I sat and I thought about it, and just kind of looked back at it, and I was like, actually, you know, there's some flaws. You know, most of the matches were really good, but you know, there were some glaring flaws in there that just kind of dropped it. Those rose tinted glasses, you know.
Yeah.
I think a 7.5 is where it truly sits. Mainly the Cody Rhodes match that took off a whole 2.5 points.
That match right there just really
sour taste.
Killed it. Like it I consider that a small blemish to company credibility, because that just seems like a vanity win more than it seems like an actual win to promote the talent.
Yeah, unless they're setting up a whole Jericho versus Cody for the title thing, in which case Jericho should probably win still.
Yeah, I don't want to see them do that, because that just sounds like more like just Cody.
My company.
I'm the VP. I'll do what I want. Yes, we know that, but don't make it look like you're doing what you want.
Yeah.
Be subtle about it. Edge in slowly, and then kind of throw your weight some odd point down the line, because you're allowed to. But don't show all your cards up front. It's going to make me pissed off.
Yeah.
Did some of your most ardent followers want you to get revenge on Shawn Spears for splitting your damn dome? Hell yeah, they did. I can see why you won for that reason. But should Shawn Spears have won because he is fresh into the company and he just came off being treated like dog shit in WWE and really needed something to bring up his brand other than splitting your dome? Yes. Did you need anything? Fuck no, you're Cody Rhodes. You were goddamn over as shit right now.
Hell, even after this match, I still fucking love Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
But, like, he should have lost. He
Yeah.
should have lost.
100%. Should have lost.
Agreed.
Liar.
we know you drank the damn Flavor Aid, John. Don't try to.
I'm not. No, I actually agree with you guys 100% on that. I mean, earlier on when I first came on board and AEW, you know, the first pay-per-view I did with you guys, I thought that Cody Rhodes would be throwing on his weight more, but you guys definitely got me drinking the Kool-Aid on the fact that, you know, it's better for business for him to be putting over some of the enhancement talent and putting over some of the new guys who need wins, because just like you said, he's an EVP. He's got he doesn't need any more clout.
He's got the name value where he does need to win to keep that name value. Like, he can't be like, who the fuck's his name? Bob Sapp, the giant motherfucker who they brought in from like MMA, who was like supposed to be a badass, and all he does is like get paid a job. Like, don't do that. He's got the name value and the talent to where he doesn't need to lose all the time, but like in the crucial matches to help truly build someone, especially if you're trying to get your own brand off the ground, just take that loss. Just take it.
Indeed.
That's it. Because he's Shawn Spears, you know, everyone knows who he is, but do we ever get to see him? No, he wasn't even on TV for like 5 months, and then he was like, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much a perfect 10. I love the fact that he still wears that 10 on this scarf that he wore down to the ring.
It's hilarious.
I thought that was a good throwback. That was good.
That's a bit of an in-your-face Vinnie Mac.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess, is there anything else, guys? Or
I mean,
no.
I think
that's it. You know.
Hopefully, we hear back from our man on the street, Wes, with you know, where that you know, what happened to the AEW championship now that it's recovered. How did it get there? Wes is supposed to find this out.
I would like to also say that I hope Ralphus comes back.
Ralphus.
I need Jericho to have his private security back because of this belt issue.
Yes.
Ralphus needs to come back to protect Chris Jericho.
I think that would be an almost too good of a comical throwback to.
I mean, yeah, but to be fair, also, I'm pretty sure he's probably a little too old to do anything. That was like 20 years ago.
Undoubtedly.
And he was
We
pretty
could have
old
a
to begin
Ralphus
with.
2. Ralphus 2.
Undoubtedly. But it's not like they couldn't just do a funny little vignette where he calls him up on the phone. He's like, nah, man, I'm old as shit.
Yeah.
We know that Tony Khan's writers listen to this podcast. So, Tony Khan, you ain't got to throw us any Tony Khan money. You just get us some tickets to the next big.
Okay. The ideas and things spoken by Drummer John is all his ideas, but not properly reflect the thoughts and processes post to post. Any money is definitely needed if these ideas are taken.
I
lots
just
of
want
money.
tickets to the show. Since we
Lots
can't
of
fucking
money.
buy them online, we need them to give them to us.
We are welcome to take lifetime front row passes to all shows going forward
See, that's
in
what I'm.
lieu
that's-
of money.
Exactly. Now you're
That-
feeling.
I will also accept, in addition to that, free basic airfare. I don't even need first class. Just put me up in fucking coach, and I'll be good as gold.
I don't even need bags.
Yeah, we
I'll
need
just
to
go
put
with a
back and some
backpack.
clothes.
Yeah.
Not like I'm staying for 3 or 4 days.
Nope.
Yep.
Don't watch the show. Go home.
Done.
Just give me airfare and front row, and I'm there for you, baby.
All right. All right.
But, all right. I guess that's it. Will, sign us out.
Ah.
Bye. All right, guys, that's it for our post to post episode. My name's Will, and bye.
Much better.